This isn't a film about Ryan Gosling. I mean, the kid only has like 5 lines. Anyone in this film only has 5 lines. Can we just talk about how no one talks in this film and it's still really, really good? Yes, it is the new Ryan Gosling film. And I know you're probably only here because, well, Ryan Gosling, and I honestly don't blame you. I mean, come on, if I'm fessing up to the truth, I really only went to this film because, I mean, the motivation was Ryan. So, one of the editing choices that I found in this film that was really, really interesting and also kind of a repeated element was the removal of sound, the removal of dialogue. And this film is already so dialogically, we're gonna go with that, sparse. And when they would have a shot where they focused on a character who was having some kind of like speech, their mouth was still moving, but the sound editor had just dropped it for ambient sound or maybe some kind of scoring overlay. This was one of the ways that the film really created tension and suspense. And it wasn't a horror film, but I was scared the entire time. I was worried that it was going to turn into a horror film. And that's something that I really appreciated about this because you never knew where it was going to go. And boy, did they go far. I'm not too familiar with Refn's other work, but I came out of this film kind of wanting to know more about him. And Wikipedia learned me that he is partially colorblind, which accounts for why his cinematography is so high contrast. No, but really, Only God Forgives is a film that is just awash with reds and blues in conflicting frames. There's so much shadow as well, stylistically. I know Drive, they sort of called it the neo-noir, and that play with the obscuring of kind of these beautiful faces with shadows, and I kind of got some dappling going on here. That was definitely utilized in the film. And alright, I know I'm becoming a bit of a broken record with the statement here, but seriously, there's not a single shot in this film that is not composed with immense care. And this incredibly meticulous composition works so much against the kind of violence and confusion and severed limbs. Oh god. The terrifying Kristen Scott Thomas, not gonna lie, she kind of steals the show. The narrative of this film is murky at best. How I kind of compared it to was David Lynch's stories. You're not really sure what's real, what's happening in the present in the filmic world, or is what you're watching a memory, or is what you're watching a fantasy. This is definitely a very difficult film to watch. You go with friends, you're all gonna walk out of the theater in silence, so just fair warning on you now. And if you're not super like serious into film, I am not gonna recommend this because it is in no way sort of a traditional narrative, visual, anything. The bottom line for me was I kind of think this film is disturbingly genius and kind of scares me that I liked it. Yeah, pat myself on the back. Doing better at handling that violence. Yeah, that's right. You desensitize yourself. But yeah, let me know if you've seen this film, and if you haven't, have I discouraged you from seeing it? I probably haven't, but I probably should have. Okay, the sun wasn't shining this brightly when I started filming, so sorry the dappled light's kind of going all over the place now.